You ever been in a situation with someone and you realize that you're completely overwhelmed by it while they're unbothered? That's because you're probably triggered, and triggers don't show up the same for everyone. Understanding your triggers is one of the fastest ways to understand yourself, and understanding someone else's triggers is the quickest way to understand them. Over the last few videos, we've talked about what triggers are, why certain people trigger you, and the difference between a trigger and your discernment, which is important. So I want to wrap this up by talking about a few of the most common triggers, why they show up, and what we can do when they do show up. One of the biggest trigger points is rejection. Now, I did a whole series on a rejection wound, but it also is a huge trigger point. And that basically comes with feeling unwanted, overlooked, or left out. Another one is abandonment. That usually makes you feel disconnected and like people always leave. Another one is criticism. Sometimes constructive feedback can make you feel like it's a personal attack. Another is lack of control. When things don't go the way you planned, anxiety comes up. And some of us are just simply triggered by feeling unseen, unheard, and emotionally unsafe. So what's triggering you and what's triggering someone else might be very different. But the truth is, underneath it, it's all the same. It's a wound, it's fear, or it's a belief that needs healing. And here's what I learned. When you're triggered, don't react immediately. Instead, get curious and ask yourself, what is this bringing up in me? And what story am I telling myself? Then sit with the answer. This gives your nervous system a chance to settle because awareness turns your reaction into a response. Scripture says in James 1:19, everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and very slow to anger. And I personally love this because it taught me that not every feeling deserves a response. Sometimes the most mature thing you can do is pause, and pause long enough to invite God inside of it, because a triggered reaction isn't always the wisest, and often it's in the pause that God reveals what's hiding underneath. So please remember, healing isn't about never being triggered again. It's about recognizing your triggers, understanding the wound that it touched, and responding differently. So give yourself grace. I know I am. We're learning, we're growing, and like I said, healing takes time. So find someone safe to talk to, because we believe in theology and therapy around here. If this series helped you, save it, share it with somebody who might need it. And don't be afraid to let me know what topics we should talk about next. Okay, bye now.